I'll be completely honest. I didn't plan on seeing the Clown Man movie, let alone reviewing it. You would think it's because of the toxic and smelly fans on Twitter who are pulling the "you just didn't understand it" card whenever someone has legitimate criticism. Or maybe it's because people were hating this movie without seeing it first. No, none of these sewer goblins dissuaded me, nor was it the media trying to start a mass shooting through its coverage of the film. The one thing that kept me away from this film was Todd Phillips and a quote he gave during an interview. "Look at this as a way to sneak a real movie in the studio system under the guise of a comic book film. It wasn't, we want to glorify this behavior, it was literally like, let's make a real movie with a real budget and we'll call it effing Joker." I can't stand movies that think they are smarter or more valid than they actually are, because usually they don't have a lot to say or they butcher the theme. And if Todd is talking about his film in this way, there's a decent chance his movie is gonna have that same ego he has. A real movie? Todd, chill the fuck out. You directed Hangover Part 3 and Road Trip. You don't get to walk around like you're the reincarnation of Stanley Kubrick. But I said screw it. I'll give the Gamer movie a chance, and you know what? I liked it. Joaquin Phoneix gave a lovely performance. The music is mesmerizing, and of course the cinematography, don't even get me started because it's just so gorgeous. But what stopped me from loving this movie, from really appreciating those surface level elements, was what made me hesitant to watch the film in the first place. Todd Phillips. For every piece of media, the first thing I try to analyze is the theme, or what the film is trying to say, because it's sometimes the most hidden element, or there isn't one present at all. Sometimes it's too complex to understand after the first watch. I've only seen Killer Bean Forever once, and if you asked me to break down the thematic complexities in that film, I probably couldn't if I'm being truthful. But Joker has a theme. Sort of. I think the most clear example comes when Joker quite outright says it, or what Todd Phillips thinks the theme is, I guess. Want to hear another joke, Murray? What happens when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that doesn't care about him and treats him like trash? I'll tell you what you get. You get exactly what you fucking deserve. So we as a society do not treat mental health in a way that we should not, and because of how we handle this issue, we directly and indirectly are responsible for mass violence, mass shootings, and tragedies. That is at least what I got from what that line says. And the way this message was handled was muddled, to say the least. Sad to say it, the revered Todd Phillips did not solve the mental health crisis in America with the Clown Man movie. Here's the issue I come to. When we say society is creating these monsters, we are really talking about two different kinds of societal pressures at play here, de jure or de facto. De jure is the system, while de facto are the people. De jure would be the United States government passing a law saying that the president will personally beat you for seeing the Joker movie less than 7 times. De facto would be gamers not affiliated with the government riding around like a mob beating anyone who gave Joker a negative score on IMDb. Joaquin Phoneix never specifies whether it's the people or the system that is failing him, and that's because the movie never really says which part is at fault. It never shows which is at fault clearly. Which of course doesn't have to happen, but in that case you've got to make the de facto / de jure shit almost in harmony. Too often it'll be something shitty happens to Clown Boy because of the system, and then the next 4 things are done by individual people. But those individual people are Big Shot Wayne employees, which is sort of the system. But the rest of the film isn't harmonious like the Wayne employees, so I can't even tell who's to blame at this point anymore, because we got the Hangover 3 guy trying to engage the audience on a deeper level. If it sounds like I'm starting to spiral, it's because Todd Phillips has sent me down this rabbit hole. It's not even layers at this point. I know someone asked Todd Phillips before he even shot the movie what his movie was about, and all he had to say was society. There was no follow-up questions. There wasn't any, what part of society is failing the Clown Prince of Crime, Todd? What are you trying to say, Todd? Do you remember when you directed The Hangover 3, Todd? We really do live in a society, don't we, Todd? You fucking hack. I think we could have gotten a really nice story about how it's the individual people who create the monsters of tomorrow if he had just focused on people mistreating him. His relationship with Murray is the best part of the film because it's the most clear. It doesn't hurt that you've got two of the best actors on the planet playing those respective characters as well. But if you stripped all the half-baked quote-unquote deep elements, I think Todd could have told a powerful and simple story. Just because something is simple doesn't mean it's bad. Oftentimes, keeping things simple will give you a better chance of making a better product. Very few directors can pull off something akin to a masterpiece like Synecdoche, New York, with oodles of symbolism, complex theming, and interesting dissection of those themes. Todd Phillips is not one of those people. Thank you for watching. For those of you who are curious what my score for Joker would be, it's a 6 out of 10. I love a lot of the aspects that Todd isn't the sole person in charge of. As I said earlier, the acting, lighting, cinematography, and score, fantastic. All things he handed off to more talented people. And before people try and say that I hated this movie just because I hate Todd Phillips, this isn't true. I give every movie the exact same chance. And I don't even mind the cockiness as long as you can back it up or you have some sort of resume. If Daniel Day-Lewis walked outside and Kevin Smith jorts and started screaming that he was the greatest actor of all time, I'd be like, well, he's not wrong. But for the director of critically acclaimed films Starsky and Hutch to imply other comic book movies aren't real movies and that his comic book movie is a real film, it just doesn't work for me. Plain and simple, the Joker movie works in despite of Todd Phillips, not because of him. I'd highly encourage you to join me on Twitter @DeWorstCritic or join my Discord. It lets me engage with you guys more, and it's where I ask you guys to vote on polls regarding what movies or media I should cover. Subscribe, hit the bell, and farewell.